Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Ben. Oh my god, do I still have, I might have a little bit of hot wing sauce on my face. Oh well. I had some hot wings just now. It's Angel Benton, and you are watching Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television, and we do a few reality shows for now. Now, I've kind of been roped into doing Below Deck Med once Vanderpump Rules finishes, or once I'm finished with Vanderpump Rules. It's probably off the air already, but the other two is going to be daytime digital dramas, but I'm going to finish out the seasons of both of them. So Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Drag Race. I'm going to finish out those seasons, and then I'm going to start watching daytime television from digital dramas. And the first one's going to be one that's on Netflix. It's called East Siders, and it was nominated for a daytime Emmy, and it's a gay one. So I'm so excited about that. Okay, so my mom is here this weekend, so I'm very excited about that. She's the first time she's ever seen my new apartment, so I'm very happy about that. Oh, and my makeshift chair is slipping. Okay, so we have a whole fun weekend planned, so it'll be loads of fun. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Vanderpump Rules. So, okay, remember how last week I was talking about how Jack started throwing this fit out of nowhere? Okay, it wasn't out of nowhere. I must have not paid attention to this part, but he comes, so basically they pick up a little bit before, which is great because I actually got to see what prompted this meltdown. And what it was is, he comes to work and he confronts James about lying about hooking up with Kristen in Mexico, right? So he's confronting James. James says, I never said that. You asked if I hung out with her. You didn't ask if I hooked up with her. And he is right. But Jax took it a different way. So Jax then asked Tom Sandoval, and Tom Sandoval actually sticks up for James. And that's, I guess, what set Jax off. And he started flipping people off. He's like, everyone's lying. They're trying to gaslight me. He's throwing this huge fit. He's saying, oh, and then he starts cursing out Ken and Lisa to their face. I was like, first of all, if James tried to do that, Ken told him he would knock him the spark out, which, go Ken. Maybe Lisa and Ken treated Jax with a little more kid gloves because they've known him for so long and he's been a part of their extended family for so long. But yeah, Lisa was not happy about that. She told him that maybe he should resign. And I think next week is the season finale, so we'll be able to see what happens. And also this episode, Jax dumped Brittany. Now, I think they're still together in real life, so I think they must have gotten back together afterwards. But you cannot help but feel sorry for her because she is such a sweet person and she is so nice, and you wonder, why the hell is she with Jax? Like, don't get me wrong. I've been watching this show since season 1. And Jax has evolved quite a bit as a person in that time. But it feels like for every 2 steps forward, he takes 1 step back. So, dumping Brittany, I think, and maybe he dumped her because, he felt like he could never live up to her father's expectations of him or for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, her mom, Sherry, loves Jax, and her mama loves Jax too. So, but the dad is not so sold on Jax. So, it's one of those things where it's like, oh God, why did you do that? Oh, Jax, you were so close. You were doing so good. Like, he's been seeing this Reiki therapist. And everyone, they keep inferring that there's something going on between him and the Reiki therapist. I don't think so. He might like her, like he might dig her and maybe even be into her, but I don't think she's done anything with him at all, even remotely sexual at all. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so Katie here's another thing. I don't understand why everyone feels the need to fat shame both Brittany and Katie. First of all, they're not fat, especially in this country. I mean, there are people much bigger than both of them, right? Yes, they are bigger than the stick figure girls that work at SUR, but so what? I mean, they look fine. They look fantastic. You don't, I mean, that's some catty petty bullshit, you know? Now, if they were bitches, like if they had really awful personalities, okay, let's talk about Sheena. Okay, God bless. I love how Sheena goes on Watch What Happens Live and talks about how she just fast forwards through everyone else's scenes except her own. That's like borderline psychotic, narcissistic personality, right? If you're on a show with all your friends and you fast forward through all of their scenes just to watch your own scenes, that's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty bad. I mean, so, and then she's going on and on about Rob. Okay, so like I said on Stassi's podcast that I made my mom listen to on the way to Vicki Lawrence, how, you know, they talk a mile a minute. They were talking, Stassi was talking to Christina. This wasn't the episode that my mom listened to. That was the one with Kristen. But before that, she had Christina Kelly. And you might remember Christina from like seasons like 1 through 3. She was on a lot more often. She still works at SUR. She's just not on the show that much. But she's actually like booking commercials and shit. It's like, she was on this one commercial, I think it was for like, a skin cream or something, and I was like, oh my God, that's Christina from SUR. Anyway, so she was on Stassi's podcast, and Stassi had made a comment about, yeah, and I don't talk about how my boyfriend can, you know, hang a TV in 7 minutes, because that was like Sheena's big thing. She said that all this season. She's like, oh yeah, and Ron said he did, and I timed him. He did it in under 7 minutes, blah, 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 right? And Christina, because she doesn't watch the show, didn't get it. Totally didn't get it. Whoop, over her head. But it was hilarious, though, because she was like, because Stassi knew right away. She's like, and you probably didn't get that because you don't watch the show. And she's like, that's right. So, anyways, I thought that was really funny. I hate to say it, but I've really been getting into the podcast lately. And I'm kind of building my own little, like I was thinking about if I were to have my own radio station, I would totally have Stassi on, Brandi Glanville, Ross Matthews, RuPaul and Michelle Visage, Kate Chastain, and there's this one podcast called Watch What Crappens. Oh my God, it is hilarious. Like, it's kind of like my own version of NPR. Right? Except without all the boring political stuff. But it's like really, you know, I love it. You know what, though? Every time I think of NPR, I think of those two women, the Delicious Dish girls from Saturday Night Live. The sweaty balls. You know that one? They crack me up. Okay, so anyways, back to Vanderpump Rules. Oh. Yeah, time to go on a diet. Okay, so Stassi throws this party for Katie. Katie, her fashion blog. What is with everyone starting a fashion blog? I mean, Katie's got one. Juliet from Ladies of London has one. You know, I don't know if I get that. I don't, but obviously I'm not their target demographic, so they don't care if I get it. If little girls across the world love their fashion blogs, then God bless you. But I personally, I don't see the appeal. I'm getting a little red because I had to turn the air off because of the sound. Okay, so she throws this party for Pucker and Pout because Pucker and Pout has now, that's the name of Katie's blog. Pucker and Pout has now teamed up with some lipstick maker, and I don't wear lipstick, so I don't know who the hell it was, but it wasn't anyone like MAC or anything. But so they had this lipstick, and now Pucker and Pout, and so it was like this big party, and Stassi threw the party, and it was actually off the chain. So that was pretty cool. That was really super cool, and I was like, go Stassi, you go, girl. I can't wait for her to dump Patrick, though, because they're not good together. Like, and she said, I can't, because there's a constant back and forth with them. Excuse me. I almost made it. I almost made it through the whole thing without belching. Anyways, so there's a constant back and forth with them, and she's like, I'm exhausted. Like, being with you is exhausting, and I need a rest, right? So hopefully next week they break up, because she ends up moving on with this other guy named Bo, who is like, she's really super happy with. So, anyways. Well, okay, so that's all my time, but I just want to say thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Pump Rules to talk Vanderpump Rules with me, because I'm like a little behind. And you can also hashtag Drag Race to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race. I can't wait to do that, because I'm doing that next. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. And while you're there, you can look around for my Storytime with Angel Benton series. My next episode of that's going to be in Japanese. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to just the practicing of the Japanese. I haven't been practicing my Japanese since I moved to Las Vegas, because this isn't a Japanese-speaking town. You know, like LA has a huge Japanese community. Las Vegas, not so much. So, anyways, thanks for logging on. You all have a wonderful night. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.